Hello everyone. The Highwayman Open Vein or Wicked Slice appeared to get a decent amount of friction and traction. There we go. So we're going to talk about the Hellion today. I think the Hellion has maybe three, but mostly two very unique build styles. And I'm curious, once again, what you guys prefer or what you often find yourself running. At least this is how I usually see the Hellion. Before we obviously continue a little more, like, subscribe below, comment, subscribe down below. Really helps out the algorithm. It helps get this video to other places. Now, once again with the video. So I have what I call like the row diversity Hellion, and then I guess the slight utility Hellion. So for the pure damage Hellion, essentially you're going to have either these four where you're actually going to do this. So you pretty much get all damage. You can literally hit any position if you have a position 1 Hellion. Now the only reason why I'll take Bleed Out off and put it up for Barbaric Yawp, Bleed Out's not exactly the best for all dungeons. It kind of suffers in the Ruin and the Cove. Pretty darn good in the Warrens and Weald though. So depending where you go, Bleed Out will be taken off. The only other times I've really seen myself slightly build a Hellion different, and I guess this is the more utility build, is I'll actually take off Iron Swan. And the reason why I'll take Iron Swan off is because I kind of like either the self heal or I'll do like a Wicked Hack and the Bleed Out. It's kind of weird. It's the second style Hellion's odd. The reason why I'm not really going to include Breakthrough too terribly hard is that's like a weird pure shuffling Hellion. I don't know if many people actually want to start out with that. But definitely the Barbaric Yawp and Adrenaline Rush, having those two skills on is kind of interesting. And if it bleeds and Wicked Hack still allows you a 1 to 3 range, which is really good. But I have found myself using both. To say which one's better is kind of difficult, to be honest. Because once again, if we go like that, I feel like that's kind of a personal overkill. Because Bleed Out and Wicked Hack are, you know, I don't want to say debatably the same, because I mean obviously Bleed Out gets that real initial chunk damage. Now it's only position 1 out of 1, which is why recently I found myself taking off. So I usually find myself using these 4 abilities, with usually Adrenaline Rush, I say, being replaced with Iron Swan. Now maybe you could argue if it bleeds for Iron Swan, give that 4th position. That's usually where your stress damage dealer sits. I just like if it bleeds though, because of protection reasons. If there's a protection enemy in 2 or 3, you can at least get some DOT going. It's an okay accuracy. It's not super row dependent. It's 1-3 on your side, 2-3 on yours. So I'd like to know how you build your Hellion. Like I said, I often build mine and this factor for pure damage. And then if we want to get a little bit of utility in there, I'll take that off. And if I'm feeling particularly spicy, I will definitely go like that. I'll go like just one-shot kill territory with Bleed Out, maybe, into like stuns and all that stuff. But honestly, I feel like the Hellion skills are pretty well defined. You probably are swapping between these 5. But I'm also very curious on how all of you feel about Wicked Hack and between Bleed Out, for the reasons I stated above. I don't know if this is as big or controversial as the Highwayman, as I personally think Wicked Hack is a decent tier better than Bleed Out. The DOT is only 5. Now you do get the 10% modifier, 20% damage. But it's not even like the accuracy is particularly high. The crit modifiers, it's good, don't get me wrong. But to lose 20% damage and 3 speed to only hit position 1, which probably has like a 40 to 50% protection, I don't know. I'm pretty sure these are probably the skills you most likely select. And then we come back to Adrenaline Rush. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your typical Hellion is. And if you do actually have a weird Breakthrough preferred strategy, if I was to do that, that's probably what I would do for Breakthrough. Start in position 2 or 3, move into Barbaric Yawp range, and if it bleeds range, and then keep the Hellion right at 2. You could double Breakthrough if you want, or use it once to get the party started, and then go into your other abilities. Thank you.